Hey guys, welcome to HIGHpothesis with the Drunken Peasants. We are in the market for an intro, so if you have a HIGHpothesis intro idea in your head, please send that over to us at our Twitter or our Facebook or wherever. Under 20 seconds would be appreciated, and you guys probably have a pretty good idea of our visual style here.
Make it awesome.
So anyway, today we're going to be looking at a video about witches.
There's a plot I've heard, and I don't know very much, against Donald Trump.
Let's take a look.
Whoa.
Using black magic.
Using witchcraft, yes.
Boil, bubble, I smell trouble. Witches across the country were gathering.
Boil, bubble.
Dude, why do they have to be so lame? Do they
Boil,
try to be lame?
toil,
They
and
do,
trouble.
dude.
Yeah, like they're fucking just butchering a Shakespeare quote there. What is that?
There's a thing.
Bubble, I smell trouble.
There's a thing you can go and like look at the news. They do this. Like basically what happens is like there's like certain phrases that news anchors all over the country just use over and over again. Like when there's these stories, and it's just a generic thing they all do.
At the stroke of midnight to put a hex on President Trump. Did you see this?
Waste of time.
That's why I couldn't sleep.
Midnight, what time zone?
Donald J. Trump. Find their wickedness. Find their wickedness.
Wow. Wow.
Bind
their
Trump.
wickedness,
Bind
dude.
their wickedness.
Bind Trump.
Bind
Bind
their
him.
wickedness. Oh.
I know
Hey,
there's been a lot
Scotty. I'm binding you, Scotty. Bind Scotty.
Oh, I can't do
Bind his wickedness.
I'm powerless now.
Real.
You are
Scenes like
powerless
this playing
against
out as
me.
a collective spell was cast under the crescent moon. The witches plan to do the same for each upcoming crescent moon until President Trump is out of office.
Holy shit.
So there's an acknowledgement right there that they know this is totally ineffectual and it's bullshit because until Trump, every month until Trump is out of office, yeah. So
they know this is just like their new little. We're gonna do this every 4
years or 8 years.
Bubble. Trump's in trouble, dude.
TJ has more details,
Yeah,
I believe,
do.
on this.
I have some quotes from these people.
Oh, wow. Some actual
Wonderful.
quotes.
People talk to him. The mass spell to bind Donald Trump will be performed at midnight on every waning crescent moon beginning Friday, February 24th. The spell also invokes evil on those who abet Trump. So anyone who abets Trump is also bound by the power of this spell.
Wow.
Crazy.
The spell involves such items as an unflattering photo of Trump, a Tower Tarot card,
Oh no.
a tiny stub of an orange candle, a pin or small nail, water, salt, a feather, and an ashtray. That's all you need to take down the President of the United States of America. It's just like feathers and ashtrays and shit. Here's an actual quote from one of these people. The binding spell is open source. Open source spells.
Open source spells.
Yeah, you guys know that open source applied to
Dude,
spells.
I didn't know we'd entered the era of Magic 2.0.
Yeah, magic
source.
software.
Dude, it's
So
open
now
source.
it's open source. You can just add and subtract from spells on the fly. That's so awesome.
So anyway, full quote.
Okay, go ahead.
This binding spell is open source and may be modified to fit your preferred spiritual practice or magical system.
Wow.
Okay, no.
What is critical is the simultaneity of working as well as the mass energy of participants.
You know what's really
The
critical?
mass energy.
What's really critical is to actually do things that apply to reality because this is nothing more than just some like hopeless attempt to deal with reality.
Yep.
And it totally fails. Like, look, guys, no one wants Trump to be president. He's a buffoon. He's an idiot. But I'm not going to go and be like, well, I'm just going to have a hope circle where we all sit
This
there and hold
is-
hands and hope. Guys, I hope.
I bound
I
you.
hope
Get
Trump,
off of me.
I hope Trump.
Oh my God,
I hope
Scotty.
You're
Trump,
bound.
I hope
Bound.
Trump will be out of office soon.
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt!
Shit, you killed him.
I would just like to say right now, since this is an open source spell, that means that I can change the target. I bind Ben from making fun of my weight. Ben, I bind you, and I put evil upon you if you
Paul?
ever call me a fat boy again,
Paul?
Ben.
Hey, fat boy.
Fuck!
It didn't work, Paul.
Hey, Paul, you got to keep trying every waning crescent moon.
Fat-
It's not even a waning crescent moon. It's not even the witching hour. You got to do this right, Paul.
Shit.
Obviously, that's why it didn't work. It's not because spells and magic are bullshit.
Well, I'm gonna get
Hold on.
a brown candle.
It's orange.
Well, for
I
Ben,
guess
it's
for
brown.
Ben, it's brown. Okay. Some lodges, covens, are doing a variation of this as a working group working, while a number of solitary practitioners are planning to connect and live stream via Facebook, Twitter, and other social media, the site explains.
Practitioners. What a joke, dude.
What
These
is this?
people know this is all make-believe bullshit.
All right, so here's how the spell actually works. This actually goes in the details of how the spell works. The witch's spell involves a lengthy incantation calling on spirits and demons of the infernal realms to bind Donald J. Trump so that he may fail utterly, that he may do no harm. Calling on the spirits to work the same harm on all those who enable his wickedness and those whose mouths speak his poisonous lies. The hex beseeches the spirits to bind them in chains, bind their tongues, bind their works, bind their wickedness. So that's how this works. You all get together. Did you know that, Paul? Did you know that if we get together and we fucking at the right time and we have the right theatrical props and we just say, we're gonna bind Trump with our magical... It's gonna work, Paul.
Well, what I want to know is...
that? Did you know that actually affects things?
There was one quote from this. You said anybody who abets Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means aids him, right? Gives him succor or comfort in a time of need, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Trump is getting lambasted for something that's untrue, which happens a lot with Trump, by the way,
Yeah.
for all the nasty shit that he does that's provable, people accuse him of other shit. If we defend him against that, are we providing him aid and
Yes.
thus
Yes.
targets of this spell?
Yes.
Fuck!
This
Paul-
spell, we gotta get some counter curse stuff going on. We need like charms and shit that protect us from black magic.
Well, Paul, you have to remember, we live in an age where there's no nuance. So basically, you're for Trump or you're against Trump. That's all there
Well,
is. There's
I'll
no
tell you
there's no
guys-
middle ground, Paul.
I take this very
Paul,
seriously.
are you with Trump or against
I
him?
take this very seriously.
with
Burn
Trump?
his beard off.
I bind
Are you with
these
Trump or
witches.
against him?
I bind these witches by the holy sacrament
Trying
of
to
the
get this
cannabis plant
fucking thing to light.
and the flame of the beginnings of the universe. And when I ingest this, I bind
Fuck.
them against doing any harm to this podcast if we should have to defend Donald Trump.
We're gonna have to light Paul on fire.
Counterterrorism for
Dude. We're
Paul.
gonna light Paul's hat on fire. Paul, I'm lighting your hat on fire, dude. I'm sorry.
Poor
dude.
Ben's been up here working for too damn long.
Yeah.
So, Paul, are you for Trump or against Trump? We want to know this right now.
It doesn't matter. No, I've just binded them
Oh,
against
yeah,
evil.
look, Paul.
I've binded them. They're bound.
Paul's. I want the audience to take note of this. Paul is refusing to take a stand right here. He's
Nope.
refusing to take a stand on
I don't
Trump.
have to.
All right.
You're refusing.
All right.
You're refusing. That's fine.
That's over.